So I have considered the facts in this case. I've also gone over your criminal record. Also by coincidence, you were randomly assigned to this court. I had previously sentenced you to prison in 2 other cases. So I am familiar with your criminal history, which is essentially guns and drugs. I've considered the purposes and principles of sentencing. You had for street disrespect, you had hunted down and had to go through multiple abandoned houses to hunt down these 2 young men. And you did it in a manner and at a time when, and the evidence bears this out, that they would be unlikely to defend themselves, meaning that they were found in a state of undress, blankets over them, in possibly at a time when they were sleeping. You carried out the executions of the 2 men, and when you saw the 2 women there, you decided, I'm not going to leave any witnesses. And even knowing that one visibly was pregnant and also pleaded with you, stating that she was pregnant, you decided to take both of their lives in order to hide your crime. You killed 4 people and an unborn baby. And the amount of shell casings that were found indicates the level of your resolve to make sure that they were dead and how many bullets were fired into their bodies. This is nothing short of a mass shooting. The sentence will be as follows. For counts 1, 3, 7, 9, and 10, for the aggravated murder of Dejuan, Willis, Christopher Monroe, Aiyanna Quitman, Jazmyne Lawson, and Jazmyne Lawson's unborn, I'm ordering a sentence of life without the possibility of parole. For count 16, I'm aggravated burglary, 10 years in prison. Count 28, the attempted murder of Mr. Reuben James, that's 11 years in prison. For the having weapons under disability, as I previously stated, this is 2 additional times that you have used and had a gun. That's 36 months for each of those counts. For counts 1, 7, and 28, I am imposing the 54-month firearm specifications. Those will all run consecutive to one another. Except for count 16, all counts will run consecutive to one another. I am imposing consecutive sentences, finding that the consecutive prison terms are necessary to punish you and protect the public from future crime. You've already demonstrated through your criminal history that you lived by the gun. You had multiple gun-related convictions, including drug convictions, robbery, and protect the public from future crime. The consecutive sentences are not disproportionate to the seriousness of your conduct and to the danger that you pose to the public. And I'm specifically saying your conduct. I can tell you that the jury focused solely on the evidence in this case and the credibility of the witnesses. They were very good about separating the images that they saw and focusing on the evidence. And my sentence here today is based solely on your conduct. The fact that they were found 2 weeks later in that state, while horrendous, is not a factor in my sentence. I'm finding that that 2 or more of the offenses were part of 1 or more courses of conduct, and the harm caused is so great or unusual that no single prison term would adequately reflect the seriousness of the conduct. So you specifically went out and hunted these 2 young men. Then to cover up your crimes, you killed 2 young women, one of which was pregnant. And then when somebody tried to call the police to let them know that the person that they thought was responsible for this crime, you then shot at him in order to again escape any responsibility for this. And then lastly, your criminal history demonstrates that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from future crime by you. The sentence then, adding that all up, the 13 years and 6 months of mandatory consecutive firearm specifications will be served prior and consecutive to 17 years to 22 and a half years on the underlying offenses, which is 30 years and 6 months to 36 years prior and consecutive to 5 terms of life without the possibility of parole. I'm going to go over because there's a life without the possibility of parole, I do not believe that I have to inform him of the SB 201. Is that accurate?
No objection.
Okay. The violent offender database.
No objection.
Okay, I'm going to skip that. Sir, you are ordered to be remanded. However, you will not be sent to Lorraine Correctional at this time because you do have another pending case that we do need to resolve. I'm going to explain to you your appellate rights. You have the right to an appeal of your case within 30 days after the filing of the court sentencing entry. If you are unable to pay for the costs of a transcript, the record, and all relevant documents required for the appeal, they would be provided to you without cost. If you are unable to pay for an appeal, you are entitled to have notice of an appeal filed without the payment of a filing fee. If you are unable to obtain counsel for an appeal, counsel will be appointed for you at no cost. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to impose the court costs and fees. You have a very long time in prison with which you can pay them, and every single time that your commissary has its funds deducted to pay off these court costs and fees, you should be reminded of the harm that you caused and the expense and the ripple effect that your actions caused, not only for the family members but also of this community. So you are to be remanded. However, you'll stay here pending resolution of your second case. Anything else for the record?
No, Judge, thank you.
Your Honor, we would just ask the court to note our objection to the consecutive sentences. We would ask the court respectfully to appoint appellate counsel and to order the transcript at the state's expense, and respectfully ask the court to reconsider the court cost as Mr. Silver is indigent. Thank you.
He does have the ability to pay. There's also the opportunity for work service, community work service within the prison. Your objections are noted for the record, and I will order a transcript at the state's expense as well as appoint appellate counsel. Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.